Namaste, Swami Ashwadhirna. So we are going through Ramayana, the tour through Ramayana. This is a spiritual tour. If you want to learn about the steps in spirituality, you have to understand Ramayana. Now we have understood who this Dasharatha is and what's the cause of his sorrow. In spite of all this spiritual sadhana he has done, he's not realizing God. He's not even getting a glimpse of God. He doesn't get a spiritual awakening or even a spiritual experience. That will be like that in every spiritualist life. In spite of all this meditation and puja and all these things, we may not be able to get an experience. The question, is there a God, will stand as a question always, in spite of all the spiritual practices we do. That's a junction through which everyone has to pass. Dasharatha is worried. He is worried that he hasn't a son. Symbolically speaking, he is worried that he doesn't have an experience of God. His ignorance still exists. He hasn't seen a glimpse of light. So he wants the experience of Rama. Ra means night, Ma means negating. That is, the light should appear. So he approached his guru, Vasishtha. Vasishtha is a great saint. He is the Kulaguru or the guru of the royal family. Vasishtha means all those principles that you hold in your life, the nishtas, the rituals that you do. In spiritual life, there are so many do's and don'ts. The gurus teach you these do's and don'ts. And you have to follow these rules. That comes from Vasishtha, the guru. So Dasharatha approaches Vasishtha and requests him to solve this problem. In spite of all these things he has done, in spite of all the practices, tons of practices, still there is no evidence, there is no touch of knowledge. What should I do for that? He asked. Then Vasishtha suggests that you should invite a great personality who is now living in the forest to come to Ayodhya and perform a yagam. Yaga means a mass puja for you. Then, in the end of the yagam, you will have this child. This yagam will help you to solve your problem. That's what Vasishtha says. So, Dasharatha goes to that great stalwart, Rishyashringan. That's the name of that great saint. The name itself is wonderful, isn't it? Rishi means saint. Shringan means just like Everest, a peak in the forest. The word means he is the highest among saints. A tremendous personality in spiritual teachings. He has done such a sacrifice in his life that he has attained the highest spiritual level possible in his own life, in this life. That is Rishya Shringan, the highest among the rishis. And he comes and performs the yaga. Well, when you are in trouble, you should go to the gurus. Learn from the best gurus. Are there different types of gurus? Yes. There are Rajasic gurus, Sattvic gurus, and Tamasic gurus. Tamasic guru comes in the lowest position. Rajasic guru, middle, and the Sattvic is the highest. How do you differentiate these things? Or how do you differentiate these gurus? In the Tamasic guru, the Tamasic expression will be strong. He will be, in spite of all his spiritual practices and spiritual teachings and all these things, he will be basically leading a highly materialistic life. His teachings are very noble, his teachings are really spiritual, but his personal life will be absolutely materialistic. There will be a craving for money, there will be a craving for sensuous pleasures, and he will always live among rich people. He will be living like a king, wearing dresses and ornaments to attract people. And he will be showing a lot of magic to attract. He will pretend to be someone who is special in his dress, in his hairstyle, everything. And he can't live a simple life. His heart will be craving for the attention of the people. He will be living in palaces, speaking always about humble living. But he himself will be living in a palace. He will be traveling in BMW cars and like that. He will be flying from one place to another, and he will teach you simplicity of life. Such a person is called Tamasic Guru. Then the Rajasic. The Rajasic Gurus gives importance to his materialistic glory. At the same time, he will be identifying with so many materialistic identities. For example, religious fanaticism. That's a significant aspect of Rajasic Gurus. They will become very fanatic. They want power. They want to control people. They want to enjoy that magnanimity. Their life will be for that. It is Rajasic. Then the Sattvic Gurus, they always live a simple life. There is no complication in his personality. He won't pretend to be something. He is what he is. And he will be living in a very simple manner. All his life will be a part of a common man's life. And he won't keep anything for himself. He'll always be distributing his things to other people. Such a guru is called a Sattvic Guru. And when the Rajasic Guru quotes from text and pretends to be a very knowledgeable person, the Sattvic Guru speaks from his experience. He may not be well read in Vedas and Upanishads and all these things, but he will have experiences. And he will never say a lie about his spirituality or his spiritual experiences. You can realize him from his talk. He's very simple. And he doesn't have an illusion, a halo around him. He never pretends to be a great noble man. So such gurus are there. Among them, go for the Sattvic Guru, the Rishyasringan. A person who has really understood. A person who has really realized. Go for him and learn from him. Don't go for the Rajasic and Tamasic Gurus. That's the meaning. In many cases, the sadhakas get lost in the hands of Rajasic and Tamasic Gurus. the Tamasic Guru will justify his Tamasic way of living. The Rajasic Guru will always justify his Rajasic point of view and all these things. But Sattvic Guru, he doesn't have anything to justify. His life is his message. You will be able to realize him with the first look. He never pretends anything. He never speaks ill about anything. He never says that he is right. But he always bows to all those great things. Such a person is called a Sattvic Guru. And you should understand one thing. If you take the trial of Indian gurus from Shankaracharya to our Guru, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, we can find that only a few persons' memory exists in this world. Very few. And those people were very hard-working personalities who spoke from their life. Shankaracharya, Chattambi Swami, Sri Narayana Gurudevan, Sri Nilakanta Gurudevan, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, all these Chinmayan Swami, all these people, Abhedananda Swami, all these people led a very simple life. They never wore golden crowns, they never wore jewels, and they never pretended that they are God. They just said that we are only very humble people who have little experience of God. And he never tried to rule. They never tried to rule the disciples. They make the disciples free. You can stand on your own leg. You need not be my part. That's the real Guru. So, Vasishtha asked Dasharatha to bring Rishyasringa. Symbolically, you have to understand that when you are in trouble, go to those great gurus like Sri Ramakrishna, Shivananda Swami, Ramana Maharshi, Shankaracharya, Sri Narayana Gurudevan, Chattambi Swami, people like them, Swami Chinmayananda Maharaj, Vishnudevanji, they will tell you what to do. Bye.